Okay, real quick before we jump into the video, something that I am actually excited for, and most people are probably excited for. There's a couple of people that have already put videos out on this, but specifically for me, I wanted to mention this before we started into this video, that they are adding what I had talked about a while ago, where there are actually specific tasks that you can let the pals do and take off tasks that they can't. And this is going to be ran through monitoring stand. So this means that it'll actually be worth it to have one of these in the middle of your base. I personally don't have one of these in the middle of my base because the fluctuation between all the work styles and stuff are kind of unnecessary if you got beast enough pals, and you really don't need stuff to be working that hard because then they'll get depressed, so on and so forth. But I'm actually really excited about this. So this means that this opens up a whole plethora of new pals that we can use in better situations. So stuff like the Wampo can be specified to transport. The Warsec can actually be specified for tree cutting. Same goes with Bushi, because both of those are wood cutting 3, and you really can't have any of the wood cutting 3 base pals that you can have right now have some sort of alternative to their wood cutting where it distracts them and doesn't allow them to stay on task that often. So this means that you can make charcoal much quicker, and this makes it to where making ammo will be a lot more viable for future usages. And in my opinion, that's always what I've done. I've always made ammo. I had the elk deer on wood cutting specifically because that's all they do. Now I could pull him off, put a Warsec on there, cut off all of his other traits, and have his happy rear end go after specifically wood cutting. So this is good things. This is great. I'm happy for this, but yeah, I just wanted to touch base on this before we get into the video. This video, we have lowered the drop item multiplier and the gatherable item multiplier back down to 1 to simulate a normal world or a world that is being ran by a dedicated server. So this will apply to you all as well. Let's get into the video. All right, today we are talking about Faleris. Faleris, as it reads, can be written as a flying mount. And while fighting together, ice pals drop more items when defeated. Now this goes really well with Ice Mammorest. There is a couple of different ice pals that you can kind of farm for, but Ice Mammorest for high quality pal oil is probably your best bet. I personally like Faleris because it is a good combat pal. It is a good gathering pal for this specific going after Ice Mammorest for the high quality pal oil. Not only that, but they're a good base pal as well. They have a 3 transporting and a 3 kindling to start out with, so they're a good alternative to using Hell Zephyrs and Yormantide Ignis. But all in all, a good pal to be running even with attack. It has good stamina, good attack. It does have a food buff. Don't worry about that. That's not like some weird stuff. Its original's like at 16 something. Pretty good attack for me just throwing something together. But we're going to also stack some rubies and a kelpsy behind it as well. So we're going to do a 3 stack behind it. The way that you would really want to run this as well is with that to give it more power, or if you're doing gun builds, then run a couple of gob fins, just run a shotgun and then just wreck stuff. Personally, I do like running the shotgun builds and stuff. I love using the gob fins, and we're gonna take and instead though we're gonna run some baseline rubies and this kelpsy, which give you 10% apiece. So we'll get an extra 30% on top of our percentage that we're running right now. And then the 20% from the food buff. So we're at 2,244 attack, which is really good. But yeah, I also personally like Phoenix Flare exclusive skill. Not only is it a tornado attack, which I do love those in general just because they're pretty hard hitting, but it is also a ramming attack as well. So you shoot out the 2 tornadoes, they cross, and then you fly forward. Decent distance too, so you can use this as an evasion technique as well. But we're gonna go see how much pal oil we can get off of Mammorest. And the reason behind that is that the Mammorest drops anywhere in a normal game from 5 to 15. And if this is doubled, then we have a potential to hit 30. Yeah, we'll go up into the snow. We'll be running our shotgun as well as backup, but we're gonna be using mostly Faleris's attacks. I have not added any attacks to this, so this is what they get. A lot of fire attacks, really good fire attacks at that, and then the Phoenix Flare. So let's go kill some Mammorest. We'll do 20 of them. All right, that's 20. Holy crap. Out of 20, we got 241. which dwarfs every other test that we've done. Not only that, but we brought back a decent amount of leather from that, ice organs, and we would have had more Mammorest meat, but we had to drop a lot along the way because there was a lot that it was giving me. Same with the leather. Leather actually takes up a lot of weight. One type of pal hunting that we could get a food source, leather, and we could get high quality pal oil. So this thing in general is just a beast. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. There really isn't anything like bad about Faleris that I could really point out. We got extremely good damage. We didn't have to use our shotgun, but on the enemy characters, Cryogenesis lab dudes. So I save ammo. It hits hard enough and Flare Storm comes up quick enough to where I can use it each time that I see one of the Mammorest crystals. Flare Storm ends up killing them before. So in the middle of not only killing them beforehand, I then sweep through really quickly and get all the items that were dropped. But yeah, Faleris is a beast. Like I said, I didn't check the IVs on it, but that's not bad. 870 base, and we were only using 3 out of the potential 4 that we could use, and these guys aren't even upgraded, so they're only 10% each. 10% each, 20% food increase, and we're doing 2,244 damage. That's some good numbers, especially for something that you're going to be using for gathering or anything like that. You could use this, and I have earlier, to go against Frost Stallion. Matter of fact, we'll go do that now. And we will use our rocket launcher a little bit, but you know. Oof. And decent speed too as well. Well, I didn't mean to kill her, but that happened. As you can see, pretty good damage. Able to handle Frost Stallion without any problem. Maintained health really well. I did use the rocket launcher a couple times. Why not? Why wouldn't you? But yeah, all in all, very good mount. Very good at everything. It's a good all-around pal. Decent base pal if you're just starting out, and not too bad to breed up. Yeah, because once you get your Anubis, you just breed that with a Vanworm and boom, you got yourself a Faleris. So all in all, is Faleris worth it? I'd say 100% without a doubt, yes. Because of the amount of pal oil that you can get off of the Mammorest. You can also get leather from those said Mammorest. They're a pretty easy kill, even up in the snow. Just can't go wrong with it. So the partner skill's worth it. The fighting capabilities are worth it. And even for base pal usage, he's worth it. So I'd say, are there better pals to go for other than Faleris? Well, yeah, for specifics, but for an all-around, it is not a bad pal to go with right off rip. You can use them at the base, breed up a couple of them for transporting or for using on the fire before you go after your Yormantides. Then you can use them also to go get other stuff like we have discussed and shown. But yes, if you enjoy my content, drop a sub. If you enjoy this video, drop a like, drop a comment down below. We have 2 more to run through. That will be, these guys will both be in the same video. That way we can go ahead and speed this up a little bit and get these guys done. Keep your willy washed, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.